Hey, I'm Allie Duke. We're at Collinsville High School. We're going to be talking about our school and our rural community. And this is Tanya Ford. I'll let her introduce herself.
I'm Tanya Ford, and I teach at Collinsville. This is starting my 23rd year, and this is the only school I've ever been at, from kindergarten all the way up to where I am right now. So, very vested in the community and the kids and all the programs we have here, and this is home. So you want to make your home better, and you want everybody to appreciate what your home is. So a lot of these questions I can relate to those as thoughts that I already have.
I picked Tanya because when I came here, I heard the saying, Collinsville loves Collinsville, and I was thinking about that, and Tanya popped in my mind because when I think Collinsville loves Collinsville, Tanya's one of the main ones I see here at school that love this place. So I was going to ask her these questions. How do you think that we have encouragement for community collaboration?
Community collaboration has been a topic that has been a concern for a while. We are a high population of Hispanics in our
It is
community.
68%, I think,
64.
68%.
So through the years, we've seen where getting those parents involved has helped with a lot of kids in their academics. And it really starts when they're young. And one of the ways that we can get community involvement so we can collaborate together is having the parents more involved at school, having parents attend like parent meetings, PTO meetings, ball games. Ball games are more of a relaxed environment, so when people come and they sit, they are more likely to socialize and interact with each other, and that just kind of bridges the gap between your non-Hispanic and your Hispanic families. So we have seen where our community has become much stronger than some other communities in the county that don't have a Hispanic population, or situations like Crossville, where their school is a school that has declined, and it is because a lot of home people have left. And a lot of it is the discouragement, the size of the school, and the population that they have is not as involved with extracurricular activities. So the teams are in what, 4A, 3A?
They're 5A
5A.
now.
So they're playing against really big schools, but they don't have enough athletes on the sidelines.
Participation.
So several years ago, we started a youth Pee Wee program for soccer, which we know the Hispanic culture is all about soccer.
Yes.
So we said, if these kids are gonna participate in other things, we've gotta get them involved in something that they like. And then we can see who are the athletes, who are the families that's gonna be, collaborating with us. And the first day that we have practice for all the teams, starting with like U6 or whatever it is, all the way up to 12, I think, there was 110 people at the park.
That is absolutely amazing.
And as someone who's been here and watched, like when I first had students that were EL up until that point, I almost cried because
I have chills right now.
there were 110 people there, because I counted all the players that showed up, plus they had parents that signed in, and the park was full of everybody, white, black, Hispanic, and everybody was there. And some of those same kids are more involved in school now, and some of them have graduated and have come back. So that helps in our community collaboration, which helps our school overall.
Yes, I do feel like the community is so strong, and I've been in other places and they've not had the support, and I just feel like that's part of what makes Collinsville special. So what about vision for a thriving and empowered school and community?
For our school, a lot of it goes back to that you gotta have more people involved. It's gotta be more than just the phrase, the Joneses. It's gotta be a whole community.
Mhm.
It's gotta be more of everybody having the same vision. It's about making our school better, making our school be one of those where kids want to come there.
Yes.
They hear about it, they know we got good programs going on, they like that we have, you know, maybe that we've started a band again, or that we have girls soccer, or things
Yes.
like that, that cause kids to see and wanna come here.
Want to be involved.
And, we had a student last year that she came, her brother really wanted to be here for baseball, she came and she went around and
Mhm.
it was kinda iffy about it, and then she saw our home ec building, the
Yes.
brand new one,
Mhm.
and that was it. She was
So-
drawn to that,
Right.
and so having things like that, where we've went from a small home ec building to we've grown
one of
into
the
that.
nicest, and I feel like it's one of the nicest.
Yes,
in the
one of the
state.
nicest, and that's a vision that our principals
Mhm.
and a lot of us have had, is seeing us
Mhm.
grow. If our student body's gonna grow, our campus has to grow.
Yes, and this gym.
And this gym, oh, that was my next thing, is, this is a vision that, I mean, I played in this, the other gym that was considered the new
The
gym.
new gym that was not been a
And
new
it
gym
was
in
a 70
50
model.
years.
I mean, it's old, it's as old as I am, or a few years older.
Yes.
And the vision for Mr. Jones was that we were gonna have
Mhm.
a new gym. And some of those things, even if a lot of stuff is sports related, it's kinda like, our principal has said, people don't show up on the doorsteps for a math team,
Right.
you know, if there's a math team, or because of different things like academic wise.
Mhm.
It's the athletics that is the front window of the school.
Yes.
That's what more people come on campus for. And so that's something that I see, and my vision about it is getting more families involved the younger they are, because it helps the students in school.
Mhm.
They become,
You have something you're a part of.
you're a part of it, you're proud of yourself to wear, you know, something that has CHS on it.
Yes.
They hold their heads higher, and then they try harder in their classroom.
Yes.
And
They're here every day. Their
They're here.
attendance.
yeah,
Um,
so it has to start with something small, like a little league program,
mhm.
and you get those parents involved.
It's amazing to see, or to even think about, that a lot of our sports started because y'all, do you even know how many years ago that was? That y'all had Little League Soccer, and from that it's grown into partnerships and families being involved.
Yes.
And
I would say my daughter was 6 and she's 19,
so,
around in that time, because she was having to go to Sandrock and play. And so I had some parents that I asked, hey, would y'all help me if I got this started? And they're like, yeah. So that was the beginning of me getting to know some of the Hispanic families,
Mhm.
because I had dads that said, I'll help,
right.
you know. So then we started knowing them, they
Right.
started knowing us, the familiar faces still at school. And there's some of those parents to this day that they only know me from that.
Right.
But when they come through Cartwright line, they just wave,
'Cause they
and
see.
because they see
It's-
familiar faces.
mhm.
And it's through the years, it's been them getting to
They're
know
not,
others.
yes, they're not closed off anymore.
Right.
They're,
They're accepted,
yeah. Right.
and that makes a big difference in our kids if the parents feel accepted.
Mhm.
Because I feel like in the Kilpatrick community,
Yes.
it's like they're two
It's
different
a us and
worlds.
them,
Yes.
and not, and I don't feel like it's ever a us and them, I feel like it's all of us of Collinsville.
Yes.
So I guess that would bring up our commitment to, sustainable change.
Yes, we have to be committed to, even though we feel like we've got some
We have
collaboration now,
yes.
we don't need to settle
No.
with where we are.
Right.
We need to keep trying to do things. I was at a meeting, I can't remember the name of you know, we are on those different committees. I can't remember the name of the committee.
I was like, PD
Yeah.
something.
But it was at the Board of Education, and it was
Mhm.
with principals, there was parent, people that came, spokesmen, and then there was EL teachers, and then there was like
Mhm.
other teachers. And the whole thing we were talking about was, how do we get more involvement? How do we get more out of these parents?
Yes.
And one of the things one of the Hispanic parents said was, coming to where we are.
Right.
You know, when we see teachers come out to where we
We are,
live,
yeah.
that means a lot, because it's like, they said they felt more invited,
Right.
and.
Meet
then-
them where they are.
Meet them where they
Just
are.
like we do with kids in our classroom.
Yes,
Meet them
and
where
so
they
then
are.
they come in, and then, you know, you're seeing all those other things. So to continue doing that, we've got to continue.
Keep making the effort.
Keep making the effort, stay committed, and like, you know, your shirt says,
Shirts.
commitment, heart, sacrifice. It's hard to be committed if you don't have the heart and you're not willing to sacrifice.
Right.
It definitely takes all three of those, and to get more and more change, we have to come up with more and more ideas. And one of the things we talked about was, we feel like teachers need to go out in the communities right before school starts,
Be seen.
be seen, go meet the parents. I've always wanted to take a bus
I would love
to
that.
Frog Pond, which is a community where we have low income students, a large population of them. And if you've never been in that environment,
You don't truly
you
know.
don't have a clue what they went through.
Right.
And some of these
See where
kids
they're
are
coming
rough.
from.
Yeah. You don't see why they may not perform well in class. Because once you see where they live and what their home life is like, then you think, how would I tune all that out?
Right.
How could I sit in a
How
math
could I
class
sit and focus?
and focus on what this
Yeah.
teacher's saying?
When I'm
when
hungry.
I'm hungry, I didn't sleep because I had to babysit the baby last night because my mom works third shift and dad's not there. I mean, there's a million stories, and then you've got those that have to work, and they get home at 12 o'clock at night,
Right.
and they're up all
And then
night.
get up and come to school all
Yes,
day.
so those kids will work harder if they know we care.
Right.
So part of the thing we need to do is keep caring, care more,
Care more.
however way we can do that.
I like that. Care more. Thank you.
You're welcome.